the time to stop by and view the website, which is now, very proud to say, bruceseesall.com. It turns out much better being here on the website than on YouTube. But of course, for you as much as for me, it takes a lot of adjusting, a lot of understanding how the website works. Montes Apennines, a wonderful place where I viewed for a whole entire year without realizing there were pipes coming out the end of it. Radistinus crater. I don't think it's a crater. It's not a crater. It's a pipe and structure. Aristarchus crater. Do you see the road that's leading up? We'll see a couple times, plenty of times through this video. Here, Mare Serenitatis. Beautiful Mons Argaeus. Bottom right, you can see that hole with a bridge over it. The bridge is connecting power sources, we're going to call them. And what do I mean by the power sources, guys? Are the little specks of lights. Look on Montes Apennines, the mountain range here. It's not a mountain. You can see the lights that are on top of it. Well, for me, those are energy sources. Do you see in the center, the pipes? It's top right now. There's 3, 4, 5 pipes coming down. And I'm saying pipes. I'm starting to wonder if it's not waterfalls. It does look like water regions at the bottom of Copernicus crater. We're looking at Copernicus right here. See in the center of Copernicus, it's sort of a weird beige line, square line. We're not noticing these things, and we're also not noticing if they're being built or not. Look at the path to Aristarchus crater, guys, going up. Do you see how the road has to turn off there because it's connected to an energy source? And you'd have to go to the other road, to the other side, you'd have to actually pass through the barrier. I assume there's a barrier there. I'm seeing movement in the blue, dark gray areas. And this area here at the bottom of Copernicus that we're panning over on the top left really does look like a water basin. Often I'll see it. And I am seeing flickering. Yes, the entire moon's flickering. But in general, that area inside of the blue, I'm seeing I can see it now actually. It's 3 dark structures inside of that blue region. Do you see that? The 3 dark structures are moving. And around it, it's the blue, it's oscillating. Yes, I have my lens in my hand. Guys, you got to get a lens. I'm asking you a lot, I know it. But it's worth viewing the structure of the moon. Once you find one structure, look at the left here coming in. You must clearly see it. Turn your head to the left. Bend your head left a little bit. Do you see the bar that's going by there? It's in the center of the screen now almost. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There. In the center. You could see that it is a structure. You know, there's the blue. What looks like water. And if it's not water, well, there's activity there because it's moving. And all these light sources and energies are areas that are using. I don't know what they're doing. I say energy source. It doesn't mean that like we're thinking energy source, guys, like companies. It's maybe not companies, but the one here is, of course. Look on the left again. It just came into the screen. Flat, long bar, higher elevated level on a mountaintop. Are you seeing the levels? It is hard at the beginning, maybe. I agree. For those who don't, those who've never taken a plane. Have you ever been in a high building, look down at your car to see where you're parked, and go, "Oh my goodness, the car is as big as a pea." Well, can you imagine how big the structures would be on the moon, 400,000 kilometers away, if that is the real distance? Look at the top left, what just came in here, along Montes Apennines. Look at it, guys. Look at the long pipe standing up, tower or pipe. It's incredible. It's actually very clear here. You can see it clear tonight. It's beautiful. The end of Montes Apennines, you can see it's a 45-degree angle, straight object that's coming down onto a platform-like white area. There's something down there. See, with the other telescope, when I get the 14 or the 16, guys, wow, it's going to be unimaginable. With my technique too. Look here, guys. Again, I keep talking too late. Look at Aristarchus crater. Look at the line goes down to it. It is a path. Do you notice that the supposed ejecta is not even touching the surface? It's elevated, like we're at a sugar shack and you see all the lines in the trees going from tree to tree. It's not touching the ground. Okay. Yes, Bessel crater right in the center here of Mare Serenitatis, the big brown patch coming into the view on the top there with the blue underneath. That line does look like it's on the surface, but not these. And you'll see here, as we're panning over to the left, Montes Apenninus again with all this blue region. Do you see how those strands on the ground that some of them are going up and downwards? You understand? It's not all lines on the ground. There are regions and elevated levels right here, many hundreds of feet, if not thousands, and I'm not kidding you. Okay, there's a lot of elevated region right here. You can see um, Copernicus, and then it goes down to the right, and it really does descend really, really deep. Look at these trails. They're not touching the surface. They're elevated. They're elevated off the ground. These are things we should be noticing. And well, I'll tell you one thing. They are things that I am definitely noticing. And I'm noticing a lot of blue regions, like little lakes or rivers that are, they're maybe not lakes or rivers, guys. I'm just throwing it out there. We could never rule anything out for us to be able to find out what's up there on the surface of the moon. We shouldn't rule anything out. And you know what? I'm starting to take out of my head now that, oh, we see a light. Well, someone needs a light because he needs to see and stuff. We're using our research of what we look for here on Earth, but we're not on Earth. We're on the moon. And even these white lit areas, it does not mean that they are energy sources either. But they're incredible and they're not following the sun. The ones that are in the levels, the descending levels, like down here in the bottom left, how could they be lit up like that? It's not the reflection of the sun. And if it was atmospherical disturbance, it would definitely not look like that. It would give us a haze back or a wobble, like you often see sometimes the moon, it looks like it's in water. Well, that is the atmosphere. You can tell, just like when you're looking on a road in the summer and it's really hot and you see up ahead in the desert or anything, you could see the heat waves coming up off the surface of the ground. Three anonymous donors and these wonderful people that you just saw are the contributors to this website for the Big Mama Telescope. We're going to get a bigger telescope for the channel. I'm going to keep it free and I'm going to post everything I'll get with it. Check out the link on my website in the sidebar, right hand side. Look for the Telescope Fund. Thanks a lot, everyone.